us to talk about this thing. Conflict resolutions. When is enough enough? In any relationship, there's bound to be conflict. Welcome to Bishop's Corner, whatever you were. My friends here in Atlanta, I have two great men, leaders of the community here. If you may call them the pillar of the Christian community or the Kenyan community here in Georgia, and especially Metro Atlanta. We've been here, we talk about many things. We've just come from a fundraiser and memorial service of one of our pastors who passed on. And on my immediate right, I have Apostle Zephani. He hails from Nakuru. And on the other side, I have my friend, Bishop Mwawasi. Ametoka kule Utaita. I once served in Taita Tavera. I have also come from Nakuru. These are my good friend. Welcome, Apostle and Bishop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a long day and it's good. So that the viewers may know. You are from Nakuru. When did you serve in Nakuru? Which years?
Okay, well, I served from Nakuru since 76 until 2002 when I came to United States.
Wow. And Mugosi Muze, Bishop Mwawasi?
I served in Mombasa from 1983. That is when I officially became a pastor in Mombasa.
Yes.
Redeemed Gospel Church.
Yes.
And an overseer of the Coast region.
Yes.
From 83.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a scholarship to come for studies here in the United States.
Yes.
And in 87, 88, I came to Atlanta in 1988.
88.
To college.
Yes.
And I did undergraduate, did masters and a doctorate here, right here in
Georgia.
Atlanta. And then, of course, started ministry in 1996.
Right.
But previously, we had started a fellowship with another pastor, a friend of mine, who was here also in college.
Right.
And so we've been here since then.
They've been here. They are veterans, as you can hear how they have served church back in Kenya, but also here in the US, and in particular here in Metro Atlanta. My friend, I know we live in America, but Kenya is still at our heart. Recently, there are things that have been going on in Kenya, and I know we've been praying, and there are a lot of things that have unfolded, and I'm glad that God has prevailed over Kenya. We believe that Kenya is a Christian nation. What is this irritates you? Because if Kenya is 70 or 75% Christian, and the other people you elect, the people who are there, they don't reflect their faith. What do you think is going on? What's the problem with our people, Apostle Zephani?
Okay, thank you so much, Bishop Gigi. Well, as I mentioned, I came here 2002, and Kenya is our home.
Yes.
And Kenya, we are citizens of Kenya, and we are very concerned and watching what is happening back there.
Right.
Because that is our home, and by the end of the day, we still go back home.
Yes.
But when it comes to what is going on the area of political, and as far as we know, Kenya has been on the front line of the of Christianity.
Yes.
It bothers me so much, especially when we watch on what is going on, and in the with the politics and the economic and how things are really bad at this time, because we are family there. Economic has really gone bad, and when they were addressing the issue of DP, and we would watch around the country,
Yes.
the tension, and we ask so many questions. Why is this happening?
Yes.
And from which corner? Because everything our people voted, and they voted for one ticket,
Yes.
for two. But now here comes in the history of Kenya and almost many nations, impeaching a DP.
Yes.
That was historical,
Right.
and it really bothered me. And that tension was also here
Yes.
to our people.
Yes.
So we say no, no, something is wrong somewhere.
Yes.
And the government of Kenya, and we are citizens there, we are very much concerned, and something needs to be done.
Yes.
Because after doing what has been done, and the DP has been, impeached,
Yes.
and now here comes 2 days, we have another DP.
So fast. And they did it so fast.
Within a very short time, and no time, what's going on?
Yes.
Then Kenyan
Yes.
leaders in Kenya, men, you need to watch on that. And I know when I'm saying that, you ministers in Kenya, and I know you have been front-line following up on what is going on in the formation of the
Yes.
of the leadership of
Yeah.
Kenya.
Yes.
So we are concerned,
Yes.
and things are not going well
Right.
because we are watching, and we are. I personally, I want to address to the country and to the nation and to the leadership,
Yes.
from the president to the other leaders in the parliament, that you need to put things straight.
Yes.
Because we are, as Kenyans, in the global, we pay taxes.
Right.
And I know if you check on your, your treasury, the money that comes from the diaspora
Yes.
is quite a big portion.
Yes.
And that one tells us that we have right to ask, we
Yes.
have right to follow, we have right to challenge.
Yes.
And we are challenging you that
Right.
things are not right. And we need to put things straight.
Wow.
We don't know what's going to happen after
Yes.
DP, the new DP that has been posted there. I don't know what will be happening. So we are watching.
Yes.
So you need to fix things. There are some things that are not going well. Corruption has raised too high and has made things worse. So Kenyan leaders.
The apostle is on fire, my friend, and he's saying these are not right, and he's not mincing word. Bishop, like he has done, I'm gonna show you're gonna look at that camera and address people. I know you went to Kenya at some point to vie for a position in Taita Taveta.
Yes.
And you had this passion. You said, as a man of God, you need to go back to Kenya and make a difference. And I know what goes there. You have tasted the frustration. What is, you're looking straight to that camera, what's your message again, as the apostle has rightly said, about what's going on in Kenya? And I know people appreciate your view as they listen.
I know. Thank you so much, Bishop Gigi. This is a very good forum. And if somebody's trying to call
And they are
me,
calling, I know.
They
We are
call me
always-
all the time.
I know.
And I'll let you know that I'm in a meeting right now, so I'll call you back.
Yes.
Now, I appreciate you again
Thank you.
for this forum. I've been here. I came here to college and did all my studies here. And just as a Kenyan who is concerned, especially having been here and knowing what I've known in the United States of America, the way the governments run,
Right.
and the exposure that I've had here.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to bring back to Kenya.
Yes.
And I went there 2013. I was barred by the IABC.
IBC, wow.
And but I took them to court.
Yes.
And I won, but of course the court lasted some time.
Aha.
And the judgment was rendered in 2014.
Wow.
So I was not able to.
Why were they barring you? Why are they refusing you to contest?
Because I am a dual citizen.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I said, if I'm a citizen in the United States and I'm a citizen in Kenya,
Yes.
especially in Kenya, I'm a citizen by birth.
Yes. Yes.
So I have more authority in Kenya
Of course.
than in the
Than
United
here.
States.
Yes.
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 So I was being denied my rights.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to court and I won the case.
Wow.
Okay.
And so I went again, ran on 2017.
Okay.
In 2017. And but some tricks were played at the same time.
What?
Can you imagine? We were having elections on Tuesday.
Yes.
And then I was called by the party that I was representing that they have been told that I have to swear my agents.
Allegiance to Kenya?
No, agents.
Agents.
You know,
Oh, agents, yeah.
that
Higher
were
than
going-
agents, yes, yeah. The agents, yes.
The agents that were going to be in the polling stations.
Yes, yes, yes.
Remember, I was called on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me that they have been told by the IBC
Right.
that I have to swear my agents.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
Ah.
that is on Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
So I've only Monday.
Mm.
Tuesday is election.
Oh boy.
So I said, well, what is this?
Mm.
I've done the campaign. I've gone all around the county,
Mm-hmm.
and I had my my bills prepared.
Yes.
That I was going to tackle in the Senate.
Right.
I was running for Senate.
Okay.
But because of that, I wouldn't have any agents anywhere.
Oh.
Because one day
Yes.
you can't say anything.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
So then, of course, automatically, I lost the election.
Oh boy.
And from there, I got discouraged, and I knew I was fighting against, wins.
Yep.
But all the same, I wanted really to bring to Kenya what I have I've desired to do.
Right.
I had some friends here who wanted to start a university in Voi,
Mm-hmm.
and so I worked with them,
Right.
and so we're looking for land there to set up a university in Voi. But I wouldn't get the plots. I wouldn't get the land. And but in persistence and moving around, I managed to get some folks. Actually, I managed to get a community that wanted now to welcome me. So they did.
Wow.
But the really thing, and the university is now on. We have gotten the land.
Good.
And we are working on now to set up the university.
And it's
there.
going to be called what?
It's going to be called a Diaspora Town University.
Wow. In Voi.
In Voi.
In Taita Taveta.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's exciting.
Diaspora Town University.
Wow.
Wow.
Good.
So, but that is ongoing now.
Yes.
But the point that I wanted to run for real
Mm-hmm.
is that I would bring some changes
Yes.
that I have known, having been exposed here,
Yes.
and now I wanted to go and make some changes there.
Right. Right.
But of course, again, I was denied.
Yes.
And there were some corruptions that were going on, but I know about it.
Yeah.
So the main thing in Kenya, Kenya is a beloved country.
Mm-hmm.
Kenya is a blessed country.
Yes.
As we said earlier, Kenya is known to be a Christian nation.
Yes. Yes.
But again, we have other religions like the Muslims, the Hindus.
Yeah.
They are not discarded.
Yeah.
They are all brought together.
Sure.
Yes.
And of course, in a nation where you have other religions, you invite them to work together,
Right.
so that we can, for the benefit of the nation.
Of the nation.
But now looking at what has been going on of late, the main major problem that Kenya has is corruption.
Yes.
Corruption.
The leaders are chosen to go and help, but they go there and help themselves.
Within a short time.
And I'm saying it is just a mess.
Right.
It's just a mess, which needs to be corrected. But of course, it will be corrected from the top.
Yes.
From the top, then they can be the leader who is at the top, who is the president.
Yes.
Is supposed now
Yes. Yes.
to have a machinery that is going to correct the corruption
Yes.
from the top.
Yep.
It's not from the bottom.
No.
It's from the top.
Yep.
So the cabinet should be corrected. The secretaries or principal secretaries and their whatever it is, they need to be corrected. And so if we followed the constitution of Kenya and followed it and believed in it and worked on it, then corruption was not going to be there.
Wow. Yeah.
But because the constitution has been kept aside from the executive, from the judiciary, and from the legislature.
Right.
It looks they are not really after going by the Constitution of Kenya. If everyone stood by the Constitution, then it would be a better country.
Yes. Wow, wow, wow. You hear that, listener? Here in diaspora, we have Kenya ahead. And when we know there's bribery there, do you know it goes even within judiciary, the court are not also free from corruption?
No. They are not free.
They try to argue out, but I don't know who to trust anymore.
No, Kenya is difficult. In Kenya it is difficult. Now, we used to learn before. We used to hear, and I've got friends here, Nigerian friends. I have a number of friends here. You know, we used to know that Nigeria is a corrupt nation.
Yes.
And of course, friends here would tell me, yes. No, in Nigeria, you can be sold on the street as you're walking.
Yes.
You know, from the top to the toe.
Yeah.
But looking back now to Kenya, whereas Kenya was, I lived there in the days of Jomo Kenyatta.
Yes.
And I believe you did.
Yeah, I did.
In both of
Yes, we are there.
Kenya was growing, but Kenya was peaceful.
Yes.
Kenya was productive.
Right.
And you love to be in Kenya in those days.
Yes.
And then came, of course, Moi.
Yes.
And then came Kibaki. Some of us were here during Kibaki time.
Right.
And but looking at what Kibaki did, I would sum up Kibaki was up to now was the best president.
Yes.
Because Kibaki took up from Moi, as far as we understand and we hear, that the economy was very bad.
Yeah.
But he turned around within a year or two. He was able to balance the budget.
Right.
And Kibaki did not go to borrow from outside.
No.
He only used whatever was remaining, 95, he got it from within.
Yep.
And 5 came from diaspora.
Yes.
So I would term Kibaki as one of the best presidents we have ever had. And then, of course, came Uhuru Kenyatta.
Right.
And I would say Kenyatta, yes, he has gone out there and borrowed money for infrastructure.
Right.
But you can be able to see what he has done.
Right. Yes.
I've been often in Kenya.
Yeah.
You can be able to see whatever he borrowed, he has done. Then came President Ruto.
Right.
Can we be able to see what he has done? And now, the challenges that have come in is because corruption has not been dealt with.
Yep.
And I want to add on something, Bishop.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Bishop Don. You mentioned something about when this government, the current government, UDA government was formed, they had a slogan that they say that is from bottom up. But now, things are not the way they were formed. But how do we correct this? As I appeal to the government today, now things need to be corrected from top
to the bottom.
Down. Now we can correct from bottom up. Because from the top, as we said, from the top leaders, I mean, the senators and PSs and all, the corruption has gone all
from the
through.
president.
Yes.
And something that I was asking my question, in 2 years, MP is appointed, elected 2 years, he's multi-millionaire.
Yep.
And where does this man come from?
Yeah.
And I remember during the interview, everybody they were asked to temple their, resources.
Yep.
And you see now somebody is almost 3 times the money they had initially. Where does this money come from?
Yep.
So the government need to correct things from top to bottom.
Yes.
That's how they can fix that.
Do you think we have people remnant? I know we have people of faith. When you look at Kenya, because by the way, they came on a platform of being religious, God people. They said, "Sio uchawi ni maombi," and they said we are going to make sure that there will be integrity. Where do we look? Who do we trust anymore now? The other thing, as you comment, look at us graduate. We went to bed with the king. We cheered them. We were cheerleaders. And I hear people are given envelopes. So no voice. It's being hard. It's like they compromise.
No, it actually, the compromise is the word. That when a minister or a pastor, a bishop, or a priest is compromised, then the nation has nothing.
Yes.
Because if you have been bought, then what can you stand for?
No, nothing.
A priest or a pastor or a bishop is supposed to be a prophet of the land.
Yes.
Where the land can cry to.
Yes.
And even where the government, when it has trouble, can go to the prophet.
Yes.
And ask, just like the old prophets in the Old Testament.
Yes.
Where leaders would go back to ask, what does the prophet say about our situation now?
Right.
Yes.
But how are you going to say about any situation which you are involved in yourself?
Exactly.
You have been silenced.
Yes.
That's
So the voice of men of God has been silenced
Yes.
by corruption.
Yes.
So they have gone into corruption as well. So where can the public run to?
I know. Yes.
So that's
So
the word.
sad.
That's the word now we have. Yeah. If we as leaders, ministers, are silenced, there is no voice.
Yes.
And the voice has to come from the minister, the man of God. And that's why when things were started, during the election, these men of politics, they were going to the church because they knew the church had a platform.
Yes.
And here comes now, things are not the way they were initially.
When you look at this camera before you conclude, what's the way forward? Which way, Bishop and Apostle? Now, here we are. There's corruption. What's the cure? I know we don't lose faith and hope because you are people of the cross, but practically, I know there are some few people we can point to who have not compromised. Even within the government, some have been chased, they have been actually frustrated, and they've been threatened with their accounts and all that. I was just wondering, is it possible that we can vet and raise people of integrity like you and other people, put money together, and go around the country and say, these are the people we need to put in place? Because when we keep quiet and we let the enemy and the corrupt people take the platform, and all we do is to sit so that things go back, so that it can be called to pray. How can we be proactive so that 2027 or any other time we may guide people? Because people still look upon us for direction, because there's still some remnant.
Remnant is there.
What is your advice? Where do you see Kenya, and what can help us?
What I would say, Kenya can be saved by diaspora.
Yes.
Kenya can be saved by diaspora in the sense that a person from diaspora, vast in knowledge, exposed, and has a heart for God.
Right.
Heart for God.
Yes.
That one can save Kenya. Because you have a heart for God. You're not corrupt within.
Yes.
And especially, I say diaspora, because in the diaspora there is no corruption.
No.
Especially in the United States.
Yes.
I don't know other nations. So the way we have learned things in the diaspora or in the United States as diasporas, I know an individual that he gives himself and of integrity and known. We can lift such a people and sponsor them to go and vie for a position.
Right.
Adventure, there can be a solution. But I want to say that Kenya will be saved by diaspora. That's it.
By the way, and that is very good. Dr. Mwawasi, tell us, because somebody will be watching this and listen to what you said earlier. With the ruling, what was the ruling? Can you vie for a position when you are dual citizen? I hear people saying that you have to denounce your U.S. citizenship before you get to an elective post in Kenya. What is your view? What were you told? What do you know?
No, when it was ruled for my, that's why I ran on 2017.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can go to Bishop Donald Mwawasi versus IBC. It is there. You can read it. It is all there online.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you can buy. The only situation that is there is, and that's needed to be corrected in the Constitution.
Right.
And I think the people that were the writers of the Constitution did not want the diaspora people to participate in the leadership, especially in the highest leadership.
Yes.
But I would argue this way, that you as a born Kenyan citizen, there are Americans that have dual citizenship.
Okay.
But when they come here, they have dual citizenship.
Yes.
Some have dual citizenship with Israel. But when they are here, they can even vie for a position of a president.
Okay.
But while for us Kenyans, we are limited to a Senate.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. You can't run for deputy president or president.
Can you run for an MP?
You can run for an MP.
And a senator?
You can run for a senate.
Okay.
You can run for governor.
Okay.
You can run for all these other seats, but you can't, because then when it comes to the presidency, you have to denounce your allegiance, because you have allegiance to another nation.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was saying, even though I am a dual citizen, yes, my allegiance, even by birth, I'm a Kenyan.
You are Kenyan.
You're Kenyan,
yeah.
So why does a man, an Israel person who was dual citizen, run for presidency here because he was born here?
Yeah.
Because he was born here.
Okay.
Because he's a born citizen.
Yes.
There's no question about it, because he was born.
Yeah.
Now, I was born in Kenya. You were born in Kenya.
Yes.
So why can't I run for president? And I was born in Kenya.
Yes,
that's true.
So that is the argument I have with the writers. And I think they had some sports. And that's why I say some percentage of the Constitution needs to be corrected.
That's the point.
So that your right is not denied.
Yes.
Because we are rightfully born in Kenya.
That's good. And we need to make our voice heard. Like, what do you call it? Schwarzenegger was governor in California.
Okay.
Yes.
He was not necessarily born here.
No.
But he had become. So we have examples of people who've been here.
Yes. And he wouldn't run for president.
No.
Because
he was not born here.
He was not born
here. Yes.
Now, the same thing. I can run for any position here. We can run.
Oh yeah, we can.
We can.
Yes.
But you can't run for president.
Yes, true.
So in the same thing should be in Kenya. That I can run as a born citizen of Kenya.
Yes, of course.
I should run for any office.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
You
makes
see?
sense. Makes sense. Those watching makes sense because
Yeah.
you are born. You're
I'm
born in Kenya. You are a citizen.
I'm a citizen.
By
born
birth.
by birth.
By birth. Yes, it's true.
That's very.
And that's how I won the case.
Okay.
Because we reasoned by birth.
By birth.
Yes.
I'm here by birth.
Kenya by birth.
Yes.
So I think if we go and begin to work out on those areas, we can have a person that is diaspora who is clean and who loves, truthfulness and righteousness and loves the law and outside corruption. I think can be able. The only thing, the remedy, I say it again, is diaspora.
That's very important to know that because, by the way, I know some people who have come from the U.S. and have ran, and some were lucky, others were not lucky. So, Apostle, what is the solution? He said the solution, diaspora, look for uncompromised people who have not been corrupted. And I agree, because we cannot be looked at like diaspora who just limit money, but we can also offer leadership.
Uh-huh.
You know?
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, we can. Okay, thank you so much, Bishop. That was a good point, and thank you for calling us for this forum. I would say the same. There is something wrong with our Constitution 2010 because there is something that is missing. To open the window, we need. I mean, we are appealing that they can. Amend so that we can have a room because we as Kenyans, citizens born in Kenya, and though we are in diaspora, but we still contribute in Kenya.
Yes.
And so we still can offer the leadership.
Yep.
Yeah, we are available to lead, to follow. To offer the leadership. And so any obstacle that has been placed there, especially Constitution amendment, if that area is not clear, that if I'm a citizen and I'm a Kenyan and I cannot run on some of the area or some of the offices, you need to clear that.
Yeah.
Additional to that, ministers and leaders and that are in diaspora and those who are in Kenya. I know not all that have been given token in Kenya to be silenced, but there are ministers, servants of God who are there. Even all other religious, they can also wake up and pray and pursue the the true leadership towards the leadership.
Right.
You may not have access to reach the top, but you also need to pursue because we look on you as leaders.
Yes.
As we say, ministers, churches are watchmen of the city.
Yeah.
We look in the Bible days, during the days of David and other prophets. They were watchmen, and anything that was to be done in the country, they were consulted so that everything would move in the will of God. And so we as in diaspora, we need to you need to keep a window. We also need to do something. And I said before that we give our taxes. And a big portion of money comes from all diaspora.
Of course.
Some of us, we are retired. And we are looking to retire home. And now I'm retired. And I want to retire home. And when I look what is going on, I don't feel safe. I say, what's going on? What do we need to do? There's too many restrictions. And so we need a safe country, a country that is moving in the ways of God. And like as now we reflect, we look at 2017. What is the goal? We need to have good leaders who are not corrupt. And number 3, we need to look all the ways to address corruption in Kenya. It has been just messed from top to bottom, and that's why I said the only solution is to fix from top to bottom, and not bottom to up.
And Kenya, to add on, Kenya, just as President Kibaki did what he did in his first term, was able to balance the budget within Kenya. Kenya is wealthy enough.
That's true.
It's only that the wealth is being stolen by a few. But the wealth of Kenya can balance the budget of Kenya.
Yes.
If it is used right.
If it is used right.
Yes.
If you have the right,
Now look at what is going on. We are hearing and we are reading that the airport is to be given to somebody to run.
Yes.
The health institution needs to be given to somebody to run.
Individuals.
That is corruption.
Yes.
Because they are Kenyans. They are Kenyans and diaspora here.
Capable.
If we were asked, some of the diasporas here could be able to help instead of having somebody from another country to come and run our own affairs in the country just because he has money. Money can be raised. If it is to help build our airport, money can be raised. And I believe there are Kenyans who are wealthy enough to be able to invest in such a investment.
One thing I learned when there was this deputy, and you alluded to that they came in one, whatever. I can't judge, but I know the deputy president stood at the altar and he said, "I'm not perfect. If you find anything within your heart to forgive me, I ask for forgiveness. And if my wife, Dorcas, has messed in her program, please forgive her." And he went as far as saying, I'm also speaking to the members of parliament. If you have found anything, if I'm wrong, and you find it within your heart, I ask for forgiveness. As a Christian, I thought it was a very good opportunity to see leadership saying, as a president, I'm a Christian. You, as a man, and by the way, for that matter, a Kikuyu man, going there to water to say, I'm sorry, forgive me. I was hoping the president, being Christian that he is, would have won. I keep saying he's quite an opportunity, because you could have called him in. Say, brother, I don't like the way you are acting. I don't like the way you're projecting yourself. I'm the president. I would want this and this and this. Will you shape up? And because I'm a Christian, and knowing God helped us during ICC, when everybody prayed, and God in his mercy, you are exonerated. And here is somebody asking in front of everybody, forgive me if you find anything wrong. As believers, as preachers, if we are truly Christian, what would have stopped the president or anybody else to say, come here, my brother, whip him, but show people what Christians are supposed to do? We are wrong. So what? Did that bother you when you saw that?
It was a bother.
It
was a bother because even the scripture say clearly in Mark chapter 11 and I believe verse 24, 23, 24 there, 5, that you must forgive your brother of his trespasses, so that the Lord can forgive you of your trespasses.
Yes.
So if we are practicing Christianity, forgiveness is a mark of a Christian.
Yes.
That's the point.
Any Christian, if you don't forgive, then you are not. If you don't forgive, Jesus Christ was saying to the disciples, if you don't forgive your brother his trespasses, then you will not be forgiven your trespasses. Now, if God does not forgive you, so where are you headed to?
Exactly.
Even the prayer, the Lord's Prayer, has all this, that forgive us as we forgive those who
others.
Yes. And so when this DP was, he asked for forgiveness. I listened to that, and I was listening whether something, any response to what he said. Man, it touches me so much. Well, I may not know what was going on.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I was listening and watching. Is anybody going to respond on that? As a Christian nation, and leaders that are there, that have been in church, and they portray Christianity, they would have responded to that.
And in addition to that, when this man begged for forgiveness and it was not there, and it came to a time that they had to consult the public.
Yes.
A public opinion.
Yes, yes.
And I think the public came out maybe annoyed by the response.
Right.
And the outcry of the public was both of them, they should be go.
They should go.
That's
Both of them should go.
Yeah.
And so I thought, we don't know. We are outside.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know really what was going on inside there, in their governance. We just don't know. But when somebody comes publicly and asks for forgiveness, really should be merciful enough to forgive.
Yes.
So, but now it has happened. Whatever has happened, ours, I believe, because we love Kenya, we'll have to pray. We have to pray for president, for the president. We have to pray for the one that he has taken as a deputy, and we have to pray for the judiciary and for the legislature.
Yes.
Because these are three arms of government. Now, if they are bought they cannot have a say.
Yep.
The judiciary cannot have a say. The legislature cannot have a say. Then it is executive, which means then we have nothing.
Exactly.
We have no governing.
We have no government.
There will be anarchy.
Yes, anarchy.
Anarchy.
Because what the president says goes.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
but we'll pray as because we are patriotic.
Yep.
Personally, I'm very patriotic Kenyan. We'll still pray and seek for what God can do. But I like this forum.
Yes.
Let's have it much more, and
Right.
let's think about it, and let's think about what we can be able to do, in order to enhance our country and
Yes.
to bring our country to a better place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In conclusion, just one word, that we have watched around and we have seen nations
Right.
that have gone through dictatorship, and we have seen the end of it.
Right.
And it's my prayer that we still have a room.
Exactly.
We have a room where there's a window that we can do. One to pray. And you, the leadership, judicial and all that, and the executive, to do something to make everything happen.
Right.
We are there in diaspora as ministers, and we are praying for our nation. In churches, we pray, and we are trusting that God is going to do something. But we also, as we pray for you, you need to do something.
Yes.
As a country, as leaders. And because after praying, we know God can give you another chance to do and to pray. And
Ladies and gentlemen, these pillars, they are gatekeepers here in Georgia, in particular Metro Atlanta, Georgia, Bishop Mwawasi and Apostle Zephani. They are passionate about their country. They love Kenya. They have Kenya at heart. And you could feel the spirit in them wishing that we can eradicate corruption, which is the greatest vice that destroys our country. And they have said it has to start from the top. We have not lost hope. We will keep praying, as the bishop has said, because that's what we can do. And I pray that the leaders can search themselves. But as the apostle finished saying, we will pray, but we must also play our role in shaping Kenya. If it requires us to have the likes of Bishop Mwawasi and other people called, people with integrity, we shall do that. We can raise money. We can go out of the country until these are tested leaders who have stood the times and they can offer better leadership. Kenya is still at our heart. And on this forum, we'll come more frequently to talk to these gatekeepers of this great city of Atlanta, to give opinion, but also to give hope to desperate situation in Kenya. Once again, this is Bishop's Corner. May God bless you. Stay put. And we have Kenya at heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.